Hello guys and welcome back to Warlock, Master of the Arcane. I've just made a peace with the red guy in this strange push and pull effort we have of constantly declaring war against each other, doing a bit of damage and then backing off. I don't know which of these guys to take out first, but the way the alliance system works in this game is very, very strange, and it's getting on my nerves a little bit, but we're going to carry on. We need to try and take these guys out because we've got a quest to take them. They're quite tough, but it's well worth us taking them out if we can do, and our allies actually helping to soften them up a fair bit for us. Now, obviously, everyone's going to have the same quest, so it may well be that he can take them out. I'm hoping that he can do damage to them, but I can actually take them, though not sure how likely that's going to be. We're also attempting to retake that city we had on that other island. Again, I don't know how well that's going to work out. Do have a couple of galleons down there, but they are taking a little bit of damage from some of the mobs and creeps that are around. At least he's surrounding them. If anyone's going to take damage from those guys, it's going to be him and not me, which is a good thing. Yellow guy I'm still at war with, and he's still trying to deal with that neutral creep, as well as throwing flipping fireballs at my units here. Now looks like he actually has a hero of his own, or is that just a standard Minotaur? Can't actually tell. So we are now at peace with the red guy. That's going to help us slightly. Being attacked by the skeletons. Now this is interesting. Amber and the Dark, who I believe is the elven guy. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. What do we want to do here? Food. We could go for a bat fort. Costs 1 food, but it will give us 1 gold as well and allow us to make bats. Sure, why not? Let's have that. Where was that? Now, why has our alliance been broken? Is it because we made peace with this guy? Let's have a look and see. Still have an non-aggression pact with him. He doesn't want to speak to us, though, which is strange. Right, treachery. So we've got 20 points with him for having a non-aggression pact. We've got 15 points with him because we're at war with the same enemy. But apparently we've just lost 23 points. Minus 23 points for treachery. So maybe that's because we've made peace with someone. I was sure that he was not at war with the red guy anymore. It's so difficult to actually know what's going on half the time here, but we can recover that slightly. We still need to try and take these guys out. That is our #1 priority at the moment. The only issue I've got is I can't actually get any units over there to do it. That is the biggest pain. So I want to try and take the yellow guys out as much as possible. This might be difficult. I'm going to use my healer guy to try and heal these dudes up. Gonna move my hero in. This is probably a really stupid move because they've got their own hero here who is a healing hero. And I actually took more damage from that, which is a pain. Yeah, they look like just standard Minotaurs. Resistant to life magic, a bit resistant to melee missile and elemental magic. Quite a tough unit. They do a fair bit of damage. They do have quite a big upkeep cost though. So I think what I'm going to have to try and do is build myself a little bit of an army. Well, I've got no gold, so I can't even do that. This is just terribly bad. So you guys can do... actually, you give you some melee resistance. We may not be able to do that quest, but we'll see what happens. Everything's out of range, so I'm going to fire at this guy. I know I can't actually do any damage to him, but it doesn't seem to let you skip when you have the opportunity to fire at a unit with one of those buildings. It doesn't seem to let you skip doing it. So, once again, we're going to fire at the city because we can do some damage to those skeletons. We're going to use our bombardment from this galleon as well. That's taken them down a fair bit. Hopefully now we should have enough here to be able to take it. And we do. We still have the issue that they have a lot of units that could try and take it back, which is very problematic. And these galleons are now a little bit too far away to help. One of them has just been given a promotion, which is you. Extra sight range would be really good. But there again, so would extra missile damage. But I'm going to give you the extra sight range, because that now allows me to see what's going on over here without getting in range of being shot at. Although I get a feeling that I'm going to be losing this very, very quickly. What I'm going to try and do, if I can, which I can't, which is a real pain, I was going to try and build some form of what's the word? Some form of fort or the ability to return fire, which I can't. I could try and build this Order of Stubborn Knights. I'm probably not going to be able to do it, to be honest. They're probably going to take the city quicker than I can respond, which is a bit of a pain. So do I go to war with him? I don't think I can go to war with him. And what's going on with these guys here? Not a lot. I still can't get at them. So I think what I'm going to do is move these guys down and just do my best to harass the yellow guy. Because I really need to attempt to take this city one way or another. Can't move him. Are we still on the same turn? Assign unit orders. Let's get you down here as well if we can. Right, you guys are going to stay there because I want you guys defending that place.
Yes, my
okay,
lord.
it's another right, you just stay there. There's no reason for you to do anything. Okay, let's end the turn. Right, he's attacking him. He's probably going to take him out. There's not a lot I can do about that. Though he has potentially just left me a gap. That could be interesting. Yeah. No, he's bombarding them from somewhere else, so he's probably going to take them out, sadly. Yeah, he's got them. I was going to say, if he didn't finish them off, I could have probably used my warriors to move across and take them with melee. Now, he's my ally, so I'm not sure whether or not that counts as me taking them out or not. I just don't know, so I'm going to have to find out. He's moving his Minotaurs up. Obviously, he's going to try and attack my archers. He does a very good job of that and wipes them all out straight away. He does still have quite a few settlers around. So maybe there is a possibility that I can take this yellow town out, but I'm certainly going to have to move away a little bit. I'm not in a good position to do anything. Now, interestingly, he's actually moving his units away, or moving them around anyway. This place is still being battered by that guy, and I've just realised that he's got a cleave. So I need to move my hero unit out of the way there. Okay, we've got an upgrade here. We can give it better movement. We can give it magic resistance. Let's give it magic resistance because it'd be more useful against this guy. And we're going to do as much as we can to try and damage these flipping skeletons that are over here.
Fire is ready.
But we do need to try and take out these spawn points as much as we can, which is going to be a little bit tricky, but not impossible. Don't think you can actually hit anything of you. Oh, actually, you can hit those settlers. So, yeah, go for that. Didn't quite wipe them out. I'm going to pull my hero unit back because I don't want him to die just there. Can't heal him up just yet. Not up to 150 mana yet, so I can't get that thing that reduced my casting time. It'd be really nice, but I'm going to leave it for the time being. You guys are definitely just going to stay there and heal. And I don't really know what else you can do. I'm going to move you forwards a little bit. And maybe you can attack if need be. If we put you there, how safe are you going to be? You can't move there. We'll leave you there then. That's fine. So the infidels were killed. So even though it wasn't us directly that did that quest, it still technically counts as us doing it, which is nice. That's good. Now we've got a little bit of gold. That means we can actually produce some units that might be able to help us. So let's go for some more hunters. Let's get a few more of those and some more warriors. They are fairly cheap, which is a good thing. It's more the food upkeep cost that becomes problematic than the actual initial cost of training the unit. That's where the problem lies. So let's see what's going to happen. We've got another diplomatic change amongst the great mages. It does seem to be one of the things that is designed to artificially lengthen the duration of these games, because there's pretty much only, well, I say there's only one victory type. There are several victory types, but they're all combat based. And because the game isn't as complex as something like Civ, I think it's very much done so that you end up constantly going to war, declaring peace, going to war, declaring peace. Instead of just being able to go to war and put every effort into trying to kill one player at a time, you seem to be having this constant thing where you're changing your targets, and that's what's causing the problem. So yeah, our elven buddy is definitely still at war with the red guys. And this is what also screws up your alliances, because you'll have an alliance with someone, they'll go to war with someone and ask you to go to war with them as well, so you're kind of obliged to, or you break the alliance. Then they cease to be at war with them, and then you declare peace with the person they are no longer at war with, and you get a penalty for it, which is what happened to me in the last one, which is really, really strange. Okay, this guy's coming in to make a pain of himself. That's bad, because that's just done a massive amount of damage to me there. Okay, his settlers are being harassed by the neutrals, which is good, but it now means the neutrals are in my camp, which is bad.
Congratulations. You have successfully researched
so he's now at war with the Reds, which is kind of expected. Can we speak to him yet? No, we can't. We've got one more turn. We're still at war with the Yellow. Research complete. We've got Harvest Blessing, which is good. We can research another spell. Let us go for Rune of Protection. Summons a Rune of Protection. Runes that have summon to a free hex a rune which increases the resistance to melee and ranged attacks of all friendly units in this vicinity. That could be very, very useful to us. Enemy at the gates. We are now dealing with the neutrals down here, although they're nice and easy to take out. We are going to use you to fire at those guys there. You are going to use your magic to heal him, which gives you a promotion, which is fantastic. We will give you... We'll give you a... Ooh, that's a tough one. Do we give you more healing power, or do we give you... oh, that's elemental damage magic. I thought that was resistance. I was going to say, if that was resistance, I'd have picked that because he keeps fireballing me, but we'll go for the healing power. Another enemy at the gates, which is this guy. I can't do an awful lot about him at the moment, actually. I don't want to move these guys out because that would just be absolute suicide if I tried to do that. There's no way I can actually do enough damage to him to make anything worthwhile. I'm going to move this caravel a little bit, this galleon a little bit closer, because at least then I might be able to hit it, but he's still too far away at the moment. This guy... I'm just going to keep firing at these skeletons. I guess at least if I can take one thing down, it's good. Do I have enough money to build another galleon? No, because they cost 200, so that's a bit problematic. I could have done with the second one, actually, to give me some assistance. This is the guy that's causing me the problem, okay? If anything is going to wipe out my little city over here, it's going to be him. He is a colossal pain in the arse, and the only thing that he isn't resistant to is spirit magic, and I don't particularly think I have anything that counts as spirit magic. I think healing... Is healing spirit magic? Or is healing life magic? I think healing's life magic. So I don't really think I've got an awful lot that counts as spirit magic, which is a bit of a pain. I could give basic elemental resistance. Half tempted to do that. Elemental regeneration. Restores health to each turn to one unit. Fist of Crom. Now this is interesting. Inflicts melee damage to the target and shatters a frozen enemy unit. 16 melee damage. Well, this guy's got 105 resistance to melee, so it's going to do absolutely bugger all to him, and he's got 40 hit points. What I would like to go for, and I bet I can't find it now, what's it called? Reconstruction. Not sure why it doesn't let me cast on the buildings. It should do. It actually says, let's cancel that. Where is it? Restores some health to a friendly, non-living it's got to be a unit, not a building. That makes sense. So, let us give some elemental resistance to these guys. It may protect them a little bit from him. I doubt it, but we'll give it a go. Haven't got enough casting time. I was going to say it wouldn't be such a bad idea to actually cast that on these galleons either, but we'll see how that works out. You're going to heal up a little bit, hopefully.
Yes, my lord.
You guys are just going to stay there. We'll end the turn to see what happens. Keep forgetting I sent those guys in up the top, actually. So I'm just trying to re-establish myself as a bit of a stronger position so that I can actually try and build up a bit of an army. It's a little bit difficult because we just seem to be stalemating at the moment, which isn't helping a great amount. But yeah, I've really got to pick somebody and just go for them and take them out. I can't... I'm focusing too much on trying to do 3 different things at once, and that's causing me a problem. So we'll see what we can do here. I don't want to be at war with everybody on the map at the same time, because that's just stupid. He's backing off a little bit, which is good. That gives the city a bit more time to heal. Okay, we've got a merchant wants to give us a bow of plague. Now, it's nice, but I'm not exactly flush with money. And I've already got one bow that I can't use at the moment because I don't have the appropriate person to do so. I can now make green bats at this city here. He's stupid enough to have a unit close to that fort, so we're going to hit that. And we can hit your warriors. Oh, they're your minotaurs. Can we actually do any significant damage to your minotaurs? No, probably not. Stubborn knights can now be recruited at that city over there, which we probably should do. They're not exactly cheap, but we need to have something in order to try and wipe out the massive amounts of enemy units that are plaguing us on this flipping island over here. So I'm going to do the best I can to try and wipe out some of these units. The more I can wipe out, the better. That didn't quite get them either, did it? Which is a bit of a shame. We've got some more hunters, so let's get these guys over here. And they may be useful if they can survive more than a turn without getting hit. Not really too sure what I can do about these guys now. They're in a bit of a situation. Could I give them a heal? 4 magic, is it worth it? Healing. Let's give them a big heal. Now, if I attack the Minotaurs, how well is it likely to go? I'm going to go with very badly, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. I've got a promotion out of it. It's not all bad. What should we give them? Well, let's give them the resistance to melee, because he's going to be hitting me with a spell and stomping on me with those Minotaurs anyway. Not an awful lot you can do, so you are just going to guard for the rest of the turn. Construction's complete, which we know about. That construction's complete, which we know about. Captured cities. Okay, so the red guy has captured a city, and it looks like it's one of the elven cities he's actually captured. That is interesting. It looks like our ally is getting his ass handed to him, which we don't really want to happen, to be honest. So,
yes, my lord.
Yeah, you guys can just stay there and do nothing. I feel a little bit bad for him now. I feel that maybe I should have been doing a little bit more to help him, but as I seem to be fighting a war on 3 fronts, I did make peace with the red guy, which I probably shouldn't have done. The yellow guy's not that much of a threat at the moment. I'm half tempted to redeclare war with the red guy and attempt as best I can to... What's he doing? How cheeky. Don't think he's got enough to take him out, though. Oh, he's trying, though. He's actually trying. Yeah, my hero comes off better there, which is nice. Yeah, we may have to just go on red. In fact, this is actually my ally's own fault, because if he hadn't have forced me to go to war with the yellow guy, then I wouldn't have felt compelled to make peace with the red guy, and I'd have been able to help him a little bit more in his plight. So it's his own fault more than anything. So, first question is, can we actually take these Minotaurs out without having to use my healer for damage? Because if I can... That is so unbelievably close. Okay, I'm going to use you to heal. And get you healed back up nicely. You guys... There's no point attacking him because I'm going to do naffle damage to him. So... Let's move forwards. Do we attack the city or do we attack his healer? We're going to do no damage to his healer. We're going to do no damage to his city, if I'm perfectly honest, but... Yeah, I definitely came off worse on that one. So, let's carry on attacking these skellies. critical hit, and they are out. Let's heal this guy up, because he isn't quite fully healed yet, and I'd like him to be. These warriors are going to stay there. I'll try and have a quick chat with him. Let's declare an alliance. It says the offer might be accepted. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to give you 76 gold. I'm not an idiot. Okay, 30 gold. So, we've got an alliance again. So, what do I do now? Do I try and wipe out this city, or do I... Because this city's still got quite low health. Last time I saw it anyway. I'm going to do what I can to help him, but there's just not an awful lot that I can do. Okay, so, spiders are only resistant to life magic, so there's any number of things that I could dump on them, but I don't want to cast any spells at the moment, because I really do, if I can... Right, you guys are just going to stay there. I really want to try and use that spell that allows me to cast things a little bit faster. That will help me out. Yeah, I'm losing my units over there, which isn't good. Also, of course, we've got the reds and the yellows having a little bit of a war with each other, so that does help us out. Fortunately, he's moved his Minotaur out of the way and gone for a heal, which makes him a little bit more of a target. Although I might be able to do some damage to him with a spell. Or possibly even move my archers close enough to do some damage. This is getting difficult now. This is getting to the point where I really have to decide whose side I'm on. And I don't know. I don't know whose side I'm on. I'm on my own side. Being on my own side seems like the safest thing to do. So, we have our new spell, which is the Rune of Protection, which is a very, very good thing to have. We can research a new spell. Water walking is very good, means you can move land units straight over water much quicker, because they just walk straight across the tiles without necessarily having to stop. Right, what's happening here? We can build a new building. So what should we build? Well, we're still not doing particularly great on food. We could also have a university. We don't have a university yet, but it costs so much gold to keep a university running. It would allow us to have a military academy. So that would be very, very useful. At the same time, though, mind you, there's a craftsman's district, 50% extra gold. Yeah, let's go for the craftsman's district. I think we need to do it. We need to get the gold. Then we could try going for a university. So we can construct another building over here now, which is very nice. So we're going to go for the gold mine, because if we can get the gold mine up and keep it, that is going to give us such an amazing amount of gold coming in. Let us fire at their settlers, because just no. Right, now, here's the question. Do I attempt to attack their Minotaur? I think I'm just going to keep punting at his healer. His healer's probably the biggest problem at the moment. Has a lot of resistances. We've got more hunters. So let's move those forward. Going to start running out of food again soon as well. But at least they're now at the front line. Alliance has been accepted. Offer accepted. You're going to stay there and heal up. You guys... I thought I told you to just stay there and heal up. Okay, you're now fully healed. So... you're going to move forwards.
We have found a portal to another
Mystic
world.
portal, mystic portal. Okay, so there are 2 worlds and 2 mystic portals, and both mystic portals are on the same island. So that means it's even more important to have control over this island, I think. The fact that both mystic portals are on the same island. I'm going to move this guy forward 1 and use his bombard. He should be able to reach that. We are going to have to get some sort of melee unit down here to land on the tiles so that we can... Right, monster-eating spiders, resource holy ground. Holy grounds are also part of the capture mechanic. It's one of the victory conditions. If you hold more than 50% of the holy grounds, you can actually win the game that way. So that's a holy ground there. And if it falls within our borders, it'll allow us to build special units. I don't think it's something we can loot, though. It doesn't have the usual "this tile can be looted by anybody" thing on it. So that's interesting. But we have found another mystic portal, which is good. Still got a few more units that need orders. You are going to stay there for the time being. I now actually have the ability to cast that spell. Now, if I just look at my mage, my casting speed is increased by 20%. So if I use this spell, which is called Experienced Mind, it does take 2 turns to cast, so I can't actually do it on this turn. You can stay there as well. So let's end this turn and see what happens. Yep, he's healing up that Minotaur, which is the reason why I really want to take his healer out first. Because if I take his healer out first, it's going to be much easier for me to then take the Minotaur out, so... Now, the Minotaur's having a go at my archers, but he has just made the nasty mistake of moving himself forward, so that's put himself in a really bad position, I think.
Your Excellency, someone has humbly requested your aid.
Okay, spell is ready, choose target. So, my spell is now cast. A rival Great Mage has cast a powerful enhancement. Now, if we just look at this... Yeah, it doesn't actually say anywhere how it's increased it. We have a new quest. That quest is to kill some beast masters for a particular god, and they're in my own flipping lands, which is... Let's just say it makes life a little bit easier. Because I can do damage on them from 2 cities, really. We've had a demand from the red guy. Wants me to give him 50 gold and a spell. I'm going to accept. Now, I wouldn't normally cave to demands, but I'd sooner hold off fighting him for another turn or 2 if I can. Let's give this guy some elemental resistance because he really needs it. Let's see how much damage we can do to this Minotaur. Can we kill it? That's the question here. Yes, we can. So we're going to use our healer guy to heal our hero. So yeah, we know we've done that. We've got lots of idle units. We've got our donkey men. Do I want to say donkey men? Are they donkey men? I don't know. Got our donkey guys now anyway. Let's fire at these skeletons. So I don't think we can loot that, but having some extra units that can fight is going to help us out. Yeah, let's try and thin as many of these units out as possible. We do need to go scouting because I want to try and find where we're being attacked from, where these units are generating. See if I can actually clear out their ability to spawn. That would be the most useful thing. I just don't know how well that's going to work out. Warriors, you guys can stay and heal. Those guys took a bit of a hit, which is unfortunate. I'm going to move these guys down here, and the reason I'm going to do that is because they're not going to be as bunched up, and if they're not as bunched up, they're less likely to be hit by spells that do AoE damage. So, we've actually got quite a few things here that are problematic. I'm going to keep these guys inside my borders. I only took them out there just to have a little look and see what was out there. These hunters are going to hopefully heal up and not get killed. And you're going to heal up as well. And that's about all I can do for this turn. So again, I think I'll leave it there. Made a little bit more progress. I'm glad that we've actually got this place back. And we've now discovered both of the portals to the other worlds. And I do seem to be doing a better job now of clearing up the neutrals. Although that big greater elemental that's lurking around is still going to be a colossal pain. Still haven't really made a lot of ground on war with either of these guys, and our allies lost a city, which is a real pain. I mean, we could end up actually losing our ally completely at the moment, so I am going to have to go to war with the red guy at some point, but I would have kind of liked to have got the yellow guy taken out first. But the red guy's the one that likes to declare war most often, which is why on the last video I wanted to go for the red guy, but no, my ally wanted me to declare war on the yellow guy. Completely pointless. It was a stupid move by my ally for wanting to declare war on the yellow guy when he was already at war with the red guy. So I had to accept, otherwise I'd have damaged my alliance with the elves, and as a result, all hell broke loose. I ended up having to make peace with the red guy, and then he lost his city, and it broke our alliance. So yeah, a little bit messy. Complicated, but messy. So, thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying the series. Remember, if you've got any questions, either send me a message or leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer if I can. And if it's a game you've played before, and if you've got any tips or advice, if there's anything that I'm glaringly doing wrong, or you want me to try something out, by all means, again, leave it in the comments, and I'll see if I can incorporate it into a future video. So, until then, goodbye for now.